What's going on? Welcome back to Fanatic Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about Ethereum Classic. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what is really moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So ETC is down 9.83%. Broader market was just in bloodbath mode today, and there was a couple of different attributing factors. One was just manufacturing data, so that really hit the broader market. And then, of course, I don't know why the market sometimes acts like they're complete idiots, but that like tariffs, both being hit to Canada and Mexico, are being obviously enforced tomorrow. This was all like announced a long time ago. So in reality, just the market is acting stupid, just like, oh my God, I'm so like, what the, like, it's just absolutely comical as hell. But at the same time, there is a lot of sketchiness that is happening behind the scenes. So I want to kind of go over that. But at the same time, associated to those tariffs, now there is just a lot of things that's been coming out over the weekend saying that GDP growth is going to go negative 2.8%. So a lot of people are kind of just panicking, but a lot of big developments from the crypto market. And so you do have this right here. So on March the 7th, there is going to be a crypto summit. Attendees will include prominent founders, CEOs, and investors from the crypto industry. So most likely there'll be a big announcement associated to this. But this past weekend, there was also another big announcement associated to the US crypto reserve, which ultimately would be massive for the broader market. And so, of course, I think that fueled a lot of good optimism in the market and fueled a lot of big buying. So this is where I do feel there's a lot of sketchiness that is happening. So you see right here, someone opened a $123 million long on Ethereum and 72 million long on Bitcoin using 50x leverage. This was one day before Trump did announce that whole US reserve. Very crazy stuff. But again, that happens in stocks, crypto. Everyone always knows something ahead of time. Even I think more notably, Nancy Pelosi, like obviously she somehow knows all of the stuff ahead of time and nobody really cares all that much. Well, people care, but I don't know, people aren't doing anything about it. But ultimately, there was this that did come out. So that same entity right here that went long 50x on both Ethereum and also Bitcoin closed their position and now is shorting Bitcoin. So as crazy as this is where I think it is really hurting a lot of people and the sentiment. And people at the same time see this kind of crap and say, hey, is crypto just a pump and dump for whales, or potentially Barron, or obviously extended through that, Trump and his family and friends and associates? Is crypto just being used as just another pump and dump? So I think in general, there is a lot of sketchiness that's happening. And again, if more of this does tend to happen and occur, this is really going to hurt cryptocurrency in the long term, because you need people to really believe that when you are investing in Bitcoin, it is for the greater good, not just a glorified rug pull. So again, that's just my viewpoint. Of course, I could be wrong. Let me know your general thoughts on that. As far as this goes, the fear and greed index is at 39, so under the fear category. So people's appetite for risk isn't necessarily as good as it was roughly like a month ago, but it is improving, as you can kind of see right here. So it went up. It did have a low, I think, of like 22 that was done over the weekend for the most part. So it's very, very interesting. So I think a lot of obviously cryptos are starting to recover slightly, but still Bitcoin is sitting at 86,000. Ethereum, Ripple, a lot of them that had like 60-70% runs over this weekend are now starting to pull back. And even ETC is ranked number 34. And oddly enough, ETC's actually been doing rather well. So over the last 7 days, it is the only one that is green in pretty much the comparables around it. So again, it's kind of a good thing, but still, no matter what, though, I think in general, it really is a sentiment killer ultimately. So let me know your general thoughts on that. Liquidations, it's right now just longs returning. So 852,000 in longs and only a mere 27,000 in shorts liquidating. So I think there is just a hell of a lot more fear in the broader market, and the whole Trump kind of crypto reserve was just a momentary blip potentially. So let me know your general thoughts on that. With it though, at $18.80 something cents and change, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 17.38 is going to be a strong support. Flip side, $21.31 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So when it did gain some pretty good momentum, it bounced off of that pivot point. So we do know going forward that is a strong resistance. On the actual chart itself though, this is where again it kind of erased all the gains from yesterday. So it is right now below the ALMA. The only difference is because of this kind of what happened over the last day and a half, it caused the stochastic RSI to get a little bit more overbought. So not necessarily the best. Looking at the 4-hour chart on a side note, I have also the 5100 and moving day averages and also ALMA. But on the 4-hour, this is where you're seeing kind of the full breakdown, which it's not just the crypto market, it's also the equity market as well. But still, basically nobody's really buying as much as a lot of people would really anticipate. So I think as far as right now, there is going to be a little bit more of a pullback, potentially a retestment of this S1. So $17.38 might be kind of that where it bounces off of. But again, anything could happen. I think no matter what though, it just a lot of sketchiness is happening, and it might be fair to actually follow whoever this wallet is just for transactional purposes, because as much as it sucks to kind of lose in the broader market, if you know a real winner that potentially might have inside information, it might be advantageous just to kind of keep note of what they are doing. So as far as right now, they are short on Bitcoin, and that doesn't mean that there's going to be an alt kind of surge, that Bitcoin dominance is going to go down. It just means overall consumer buying power is going to be diminishing quite a lot. So let me know your thoughts on ETC. Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Did you take advantage and kind of sell when it did spike? Or what's your general takeaway from all that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And I'm very curious, what do you think that this is wrong? The fact that someone did this long position and then clearly went short, obviously knowing inside information, or do you think that's just kind of the nature of the game? But one final thing, pop over to my Discord, completely free. A lot of good people, a lot of good chat, talking about crypto, stocks, options, everything that you need to ever kind of talk about for finance. So definitely worthwhile to go over there. Link in the description below and also the comments. And like I said, it's free. So with all that said, appreciate all of you watching.